about right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tanks and Tuddies, presented by Tubbs and Franke. This week, short week. Should be short week. We got college football. We got NFL. I think I mentioned it last week. Sorry, I'm moving my mic. Sorry if that's crazy. Episodes are going to get shorter here, which is a good thing. We were going long, but segments will come back soon enough. We'll start the baseball talk, the golf talk, and hopefully we'll get to a point where we're playing some more college football. We can talk about that. But as of right now, we're just going to keep it to just football. We're both going through job changes, so time is tight. I didn't get home until 5 o'clock today. No big deal. Went in at 6:30. Not trying to brag, but hey, we're doing it. We're doing it. So let's get right into it. We ended up consolidating the records. So our all-time are as follows. By the way, Dynasty, we did not play. I got these on the wrong screen. Hang on. Move this there. Lose it. There we go. So Dynasty didn't play a lick. I haven't played video games in a minute. That's okay, though. That's called being a grown person. I'm working 10-hour days. No big deal. Once again, not trying to brag, but I am in a new position. I don't know. How long are your days? Are you 8 hours still?
I mean, yeah, but also I work from home, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm in person. Sorry, you guys are gonna see me looking down a lot more. I get texts nonstop, even when I'm off the clock, so I will be needing to answer those as we go. So I do apologize in advance, but that's the new life. It'll fizzle out eventually when I'm more settled. But as of right now, gotta answer them. Have to. So, anyways, locks and long shots. Like I said, so all-time locks. I am 112, 92, and 2. 2023, I went 54, 53, and 1, so about even. Last year, great year, 58, 39, and 1. We'll take that every day of the week. Long shots, 52, 106, and 3. 2023, 32, 57, and 1. And then last year, we fell off just a bit, 20, 49, and 2. Didn't throw out as much. Still didn't do any better. So maybe that's the key. Maybe just throwing out a lot. But once again, those are long shots. Austin's locks. These are funny. He's 97, 115, and 2. I forgot how bad you were in 23. 35, 68, and 1. Last year, a little bounce back, 62, 47, and 1. And then your long shots, 54, 170, and 5. And then 23, you were 29, 78, and 1. And this year, 29, 78, and 1. So
shooting for 30, 77, and 1 this year.
That's crazy how that worked out. So let's get into it. Last week, starting off the year hot, 0-6. Penn State, plus 1.5. They lost by 3. Texas, plus 6. They lost by 14. Correct me if I'm wrong at any of these points.
Yep.
The over in Texas, OSU, 53.5. Not even close. The over, Packers, Eagles, 45.5. A little bit closer, but still not really. Vikings, minus 1.5 at the Rams. Just a stupid pick. They lost outright. Broncos, Bills, over 46.5. The Bills are the only team that could score in that game. So that's where we sit, 0-6. So we're going to try to bounce back here. We're going to shorten it up a little bit, try to get a quick 2-0 week. We'll come back 2-6. We'll reevaluate next week. Maybe we'll go crazy. The going crazy was working for me, not so much anymore. But this week, Lions, minus 9.5 versus the Commanders. This is at home. I'm not scared of this defense. We are going to murder this team. Murder. This opened up at 8, so that just shows you how much people are hammering the Lions. I think this could get up to double digits, and then it's going to drop back down. I think we'll settle right around this line at kickoff. Love the line. Lions by 10, without a doubt. And then my only other pick, Texans plus 8.5 versus the Chiefs, minus 115. I don't know how you watched that Texans game last week, and you said they can't hang with the Chiefs. I know it's cold. C.J. Stroud struggles in the cold. Joe Mixon, though, played in Cincinnati for many years. Run the dang ball. I think Texans can win this game outright. You'll find out here in a little bit when I talk about my long shots. I think this is the year, guys. This is the year the Chiefs lose and don't go to a Super Bowl. We will see. Long shots then, 1-0. Got it last week. Got it done. Brian Branch, Defense Player of the Year, still open. Last week we had Ravens, Bills, Eagles. They all won, plus 113. That was a lot of work to get to that 113. Nothing was really close except for I feel like the Steelers were maybe a sweat when they had that little comeback going. But I completely forgot about this. Checked back, and I was like, hey, I did win something. This week, Texans money line at the Chiefs, plus 360. Once again, this is the year in all caps. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. The Chiefs' run is over. There is a new king of the NFL, and they reside in Michigan on the east side near Canada in Detroit. You're going to find out. The other one,
clip that.
Rams money line at the Eagles plus 225. You just have an absolute storybook script written here for us. Somebody alerted me in a group chat we're in. Stafford versus the Lions. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. Loser leaves town. It's finally over. The Rams are going to beat the Eagles. They did look good. They didn't look great. Sam Darnold looked atrocious. But then again, did the Eagles look that good? No. Is the Packers defense better than the Rams? Probably. Do I think the Rams can win this game? Absolutely. Am I going to take it at plus 225? I'm probably going to sprinkle just for the storybook. I think a little Rams money line, Lions money line would be fun. Probably the Lions money line is almost probably pointless, but it'll give you a little extra juice. But I will be betting the Rams straight up. So you can go out with your locks and long shots, and I'm going to look down at my phone here and answer this text, but I am listening.
So my locks, I went 1-2. Not a horrible start. Could have been worse. Could have been better. We had the Chargers Texans under 42.5. This was tight. What did that finish?
It's 44.
44. Yep, that's a tough way to lose the first one of the year. Steelers plus 10, that lost as well. They ended up losing by 14. Really thought they had a chance there. Obviously, did not end up working out. And then the Packers Eagles under 45.5. Read that one like a book. Hit that one. So this week I'm going Commanders Lions over 55.5. I think both defenses are bad. Lions obviously better than it has been recently.
Hey, that might be the greatest compliment you have ever given the Lions. Not ever, but very recently. You haven't been given a lot. The fact that you said that we're not the worst, we'll take it.
Yeah, still not great. Neither defense is great. I wouldn't consider either defense good, honestly. Both offenses are electric. They're fun to watch. I think this is probably the game of the week, I would say, just due to the potential of points. So we'll take the over there.
Yep.
I'm going to take Rams plus 12 and under 50.5 in that game. 6-point teaser. I think the Rams keep it close. I think both defenses will be okay enough to keep it low scoring. The Rams defense, I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch a ton of last night's game, so I can't say whether the Rams defense looked good or not. But they held the Vikings to 9 points, so it had to be somewhat decent. So we'll take the under there. Eagles defense is very good. And then a weird one, we'll take the Bills-Ravens first quarter over 9.5. This is like minus 142 right now. It's probably going to jump up to over 10.5 at some point here pretty soon. I like playing first quarter stuff. It's pretty simple. If you get 9.5, take the over. If you get 6.5, take the over. 10.5, you usually take the under. 8.5, usually take the under as well. So take the over on the 9.5. I think both teams can score. Ravens defense is really the only thing that worries me, but I'm not afraid of it considering the Bills offense. So long shots, 1-3, still open. Have the Chiefs Super Bowl winner plus 350 as a future. And then we had Penn State to reach the college football playoff final. Obviously that's a loss, so we'll take that off next week, but that one is on the record. Last week we had the Packers money line. It's basketball season, as you can see here. Got my Bucks shirt on today. Obviously, the Packers lost. Had the Penn State, Ohio State money line parlay. That lost as well because of Penn State. Fuck them. And then from the TGL, we had the Bay Golf Club money line. They absolutely fucking killed, I think, the New York Golf Club is who they're playing. Either way,
Yes.
9-2. The Bay killed them. I'm back on my golf shit. TGL is actually really fucking fun. If you haven't watched it yet, I would recommend watching it. It is on tonight. If you're listening, it was on last night. Tuesdays, watch it. Tonight's going to be the matchup of the century. Jupiter Golf Club versus LA Golf Club. So my team, LA Golf Club, back at it.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch a lick of it, but I think I'll probably have it on time. What time does it start? 9?
I think it's 8. Well, yes, so 9.
Gotcha.
It's a blast. It's super fun. All the guys are mic'd up. Holes are cool.
I heard the hot mic with I forget who said it, but he said that's so fucking good.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
I forget who it was. That's great.
This week, I'm a sick fuck. I'm gonna admit it. I'm disgusting. I'm sick. you have to do what you have to do to make money out here. So I have a future that I actually do have money on. Chiefs Super Bowl. Yes, I have that as one of my long shots, but I'm parlaying that with Ohio State to win the college football playoff.
You are a sick bastard.
So I took this last week before the Ohio State Texas game, and I did this parlay with Chiefs Super Bowl future and Ohio State to win the college football playoff. And then I also made another one with the Chiefs and Texas because I thought whoever wins that game probably going to beat Penn State or Notre Dame. I don't think either those teams would lose. Obviously, this is the only one still standing, so I'll add this to my long shots. I will say, looking at it now, I'm a little bit worried about Notre Dame. But that's for later problems. But
yeah, we'll talk about that shortly. But
another parlay
I don't think so.
Yeah. Another parlay I'm going to add on for tonight. It'll already be done. So if you're listening to this on Wednesday, this probably already cashed. Unfortunately, you missed out. It is Wisconsin money line versus Ohio State tonight on the hardwood, parlayed with the LA Golf Club money line. This was pretty much, I like Wisconsin to win at home, and I like the LA Golf Club to win tonight. Both are super heavy favorites. Parlayed plus 115.
I haven't been watching Wisconsin basketball, but take OSU spread. Those boys can compete. I watched a lot of OSU basketball the last couple of days. I couldn't tell you why. One of them was a bet, but
Wisconsin's not losing at home.
They got some shooters, and then if they're up, they are not going to lose. Their free throw shooters can get it done.
Well, Stephen Crowell has been playing out of his fucking mind recently. He's dropped like 20. I think he's well, that's what I said recently. So he's dropped like 20 plus each of the last like 3 or 4 games. And like I said, Wisconsin at home, easy dub. So
no, definitely tough place to play. Probably a pretty good parlay.
Yeah.
We'll probably be putting a W next to it next week.
I hope so. And then another weird one. I'm just getting real weird with the long shots this week. I found this under some team specials on DraftKings. It is Kelsey and DeAndre Hopkins to combine for 300 plus receiving yards in the postseason. I'm taking this strictly because if I think they're going to make a Super Bowl run, 300 yards between two guys, probably their 2 top receivers, I would say, seems very easy, and it is plus 500. So little sprinkle on that. I did put real money on it, so I am invested. Unfortunately, Jake is on this is the year that the Chiefs lose. I'm just going to continue riding them to make some money. So,
to be honest, I don't think it'll be against the Texans just because Stroud has looked so bad outdoors when it's cold. I'm sure Kansas City it's going to be cold. I had to toss it out though. I do like their spread, but I think it'll be the Bills or the Ravens, especially if it's the Bills. I think the Bills can take them down. They already have this year, right? They already beat them. I think that was at home, though.
Yeah, because that's the storyline. The Bills beat them in the regular season. Chiefs get them in the postseason.
Yeah, but I don't know how you look at that Chiefs team this year and say they could do it. Like, their defense fizzled out. Mahomes has not looked good. I think it's the year. We'll talk about it some more, though, but I think it's the year. So, you kind of flirted with it. Let's get into college football. Quick reactionary thoughts are these games have been boring. You have to appreciate them for what they are. I got unlucky. I went to bed at halftime of the Notre Dame Penn State game. I had to be up at 5:30 for work. So I missed probably the good portion of the game, which is the second half. Looks like they scored a touchdown early in the third maybe, and then went bonkers in the fourth, both teams. And then they won. Was that the doink field goal they won? Yeah, they doinked it, right?
Yeah, doinked it.
Yeah, so I think it was Penn State threw a pick with like 30, 40 seconds, right? Or no?
Yeah. So, Notre Dame scored with, let's see how much time is left.
Notre Dame punted. So Notre Dame scored with 4:38 left. Penn State went 3 and out. Notre Dame went 6 and out. They punted with 47 seconds left. Tie game. Penn State at their own.
Which, mind you, I have no fucking idea why you punt that. That is
Notre Dame?
dumbest punt I have ever seen.
4th and 9 at the Penn State 48. You give them 45 seconds. It was a tie game.
I'm not punting there.
They probably like their odds in overtime. I don't think it's the dumbest. I think we've seen worse. Indiana against Notre Dame earlier on. But then it looks like, so we had 1st and 10 at Penn State's own 15. They ran for 13 yards first down. And then Drew Aller threw a pick with 33 seconds left. Notre Dame went 7 plays and kicked a 41-yard field goal to win it. And that was the doink off the upright.
We should mention the last play of the game. They obviously tried to run the lateral play. Drew Aller made quite possibly the worst throw I've ever seen, and it summed up his night because he was so bad. Did you see the last play at all anywhere?
No. I see that Aller had a bad night, though. 12 for 23 for 135.
Yeah, it got thrown around a couple times. They were making some yardage, got thrown to Drew Aller. He went to throw it across the field and threw it about 10 yards out of bounds over the guy's head. Just fucking yucked it.
Yeah, that's
straight over the guy's head.
Yep. What was I gonna say? So yeah, it ended up being a good game. The first half though was just like, oh my god, this is horrible. It was a terrible game, and then it looks like it got sweet though. Just unfortunately, I fell asleep. But what I was gonna say was, what are NFL teams gonna do if they need a quarterback? There's nothing. Cam Ward doesn't excite me. Jalen Milroe looked like shit. Drew Aller just tanked his stock. And then you got Shedeur, who Carson Beck pulled out. And you got Shedeur, who looked like shit in his last game. He's not going to be good, I don't think. This draft class has to be one of the worst of recent times. And there's going to be 2 or 3 guys that come out of the mud, you know. This is probably going to be the draft class that produces like the next, you know, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen type from like Wyoming.
It'll be like
it'll take a couple years. Yeah. But there's just that's not the Josh Allen type. Josh Allen's a first rounder. But there's just no big name that like excites me. Like, yeah, if I needed a quarterback, I want this guy. Mm-hmm. Like, you might as well take the dude from North Dakota State who played awesome. I watched the FCS championship. I've watched more FCS football than the college football playoff. That's a lie, actually. I watched a lot of the first games, just not these. So yeah, I mean, Notre Dame, I feel like if they can put the pressure on Will Howard like Texas did to make him fuck up, they're going to be all right. But I don't know if they can. However, their defenses looked all right. So, and you got to look at it as Penn State kept it close with Ohio State. Notre Dame just beat Penn State by 3, so they can keep it close with Penn State. All you need is one play to flip your direction. Now, Penn State's offense probably a little bit better in my opinion, but Notre Dame also has the magic of special teams. They had some crazy special teams plays in those first 2 games. And I think we could see a little something in the championship.
I will say,
let's hop over. Go ahead.
For most of this game, I thought Penn State was going to run away with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it felt like they were one big play away.
It was 10-0 right before half, and then Notre Dame kicked a field goal going into half, got the ball back to start the second half, tied it up. And then it was tied for most of the third quarter. Start of the fourth quarter, Notre Dame took a lead. And then all of a sudden, back-to-back drives, Penn State scored, took the lead. It was 24-17, and I thought for sure that was going to be the end of it. They were just going to keep scoring, and they just kind of fell apart. Also, Notre Dame has their future quarterback in waiting. Steve Angeli is fucking awesome. Riley Leonard,
is this the game he went in?
Yeah.
He was sweet. He was sweet. He let him down for the field goal,
44
right?
yards, yep.
Yeah. When he went in,
looks fun.
He was sweet when he went in there. Awesome name, too. Angeli. I love that.
Italian.
I love that. Oh, yeah, for sure. The other game then, this is another one. I fell asleep. I had to work on Saturday. But I don't think I missed much. The second half it wasn't boring. It's also, you get to this level, you've got good defenses. You're not going to have a 56-42 bloodbath where it was awesome because it was high scoring like you had Michigan TCU the other year. You got high-level defenses. That's been a thing all year this year. Defense has been pretty good. But Ohio State came out firing. They scored on their first drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came out firing. Texas also drove down the field, turned it over on downs. Ohio State drove right down. Then you had a punt fest for a while. And then Texas had that nice drive with that Jaden Blue. That was a dot from Quinn Ewers, by the way. Honestly, I think he should go to the draft. I think he will get drafted if he goes.
Yeah,
Look
and
what's
I
out there.
don't.
There's nothing out there.
He'll get drafted fairly high. I don't know how good he would be in the NFL.
He
But
throws
I mean,
some
he would
dots. If
definitely
he gets
be.
with the right QB coach,
That's true. That's true.
it's just the decision making. But so after they scored the touchdown and tie it up, and it's like, all right, we got a tie game going into halftime. Ohio State runs a one-play 75-yard dump off to who was it? Henderson. Drives it down, they score. And then OSU got the ball at a half. So I was kind of, at this point, I'm like, they're going to run away with it. And I was dozing off, so I turned it off. I wish I didn't. But Texas put the pressure on Howard. He threw a pick. But then Texas went 3-and-out. Then Ohio State punted. Then Texas tied it up with another. That was another Blue touchdown, right? Another pass. Yeah. Then Ohio State punted. Texas punted. Ohio State drove down. And then Texas was on the verge of tying this thing up. 2 minutes left. 4th and goal from the 8.
Well, it was first and goal at the 1.
At the 1. They had first and goal at the 1. Got stuffed. Second and goal at the 1. 7-yard loss. 3rd and goal, incomplete pass. And then on 4th and goal, Ewers was sacked by former teammate Jack Sawyer, future lawyer, and then got returned for a touchdown. So this game, I'm going to take it back. This game wasn't boring. The ending was probably electric. I just messed up and missed it. I should have sacrificed sleep and watched it, but I got to stop watching games in bed. That's my problem. I got into bed. I put my pillow up. I'm sitting up, so I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going to fall asleep. Nope, I still doze off. So I should have been on my couch. But the fact that they had it 1st and goal to tie it up,
I will never understand. Like, I fully get Sark using Quinn Ewers as like the main quarterback, but you have Arch Manning, who is a better runner than Quinn Ewers. If you're going to have multiple plays from the 1-yard line, why not at least use Arch once?
Well, yeah, and honestly, your 1st and goal from the 1, I think they called a timeout before. It should have been a timeout, put Arch in, sneak it. You got to try one sneak from the 1, especially they had a sneak earlier in the game. He got 3 yards.
Yeah, they handed it off.
Just run a sneak
twice and lost yardage.
If you get stuffed,
had to throw.
You're not going to lose 7 on a sneak. I'll tell you that. I want to watch that play. I got to see. Was it one of those he ran around like crazy and lost 7? Because you don't get stuffed for 7.
No, I think it was he tried to go up the middle, bounced outside, and that was where he lost his yards. Yeah,
one of those. Yeah, that doesn't happen if you just sneak it. You could have done college football 25. What do I do when I get the ball at the 1? I sneak until I get in. You get in eventually. Yeah. Now, however, obviously, real life fumble possibility, but anything's better than that 7-yard loss that then caused you to go for it 4th and 8 and fumble for a touchdown. Even if you don't fumble for a touchdown, you get a stop, you get the ball back, you got one last shot. Now,
also,
this game
Jack
hurt
Sawyer
me.
Is slow as fuck.
Yes, I did see that. And you know what I also don't like, though? I don't like Ewers smiling at Jack Sawyer saying, ha, you got me. Brother, you just lost your shot at a championship. People don't care about this shit anymore. It kind of pisses me off. Maybe not.
I think that just has to do with the fact that they were former teammates. But
I mean, Quinn Ewers, I want to see you crying on the sideline because you just lost your chance at a championship. But the now it's all money driven. He doesn't give a shit. You're down 14, 2 minutes left. It was over.
College football's been wilder.
So, anyways, that's your recap. Notre Dame OSU Natty is literally hell for Michigan fans because I can't pick a side because I don't want either to win. Obviously, I'm never going to pick OSU over anyone. So I guess if you put a gun to my fucking mouth and said pick a team, I would take Notre Dame. This is one of those you take the over and you root for points, or you take the under and you hope nobody has success and scores and it finishes 9-3. Maybe that's the better. You just hate watching. But knowing myself, I can't take unders. They're not fun. So.
Initial thoughts, do you think over, under?
Score, initial thought, don't give me the line. Have you seen the line or did you just say it? I didn't hear it. Don't say it.
No, I haven't said it. I'm looking at it right now.
I would say it's probably Ohio State's defenses look good. Notre Dame's offense, they're probably not expecting much. They're probably expecting a 28-14 game, so they probably set it at 43.5. And I'd take the over at 43.5.
It's close, 46.5.
Okay. All right. So now that tells me, okay,
Notre
I'm
Dame
3
minus
points
8.5.
off. Notre Dame plus 8.5.
Or yes.
Oof, 8.5 is enticing. In a championship, you're going to give me a dog
points.
at 8 points? What was Michigan's spread last year? They were like 4 or 5 last year, I think, or maybe even lower.
I don't know.
Yeah, 46.5. That's one of those, though, where I would take the over, and it's same as Bills and Broncos. One team puts up 31, the other one's going to put up 7. Probably Ohio State.
Fun fact, Notre Dame 12-2-1 against the spread this year, 8-0 on the road or neutral.
You know what? Kind of grinds my gears a little bit is that both of these teams had an all-time upset, and it didn't mean shit.
Yep.
NIU went into Notre Dame, beat them. Where are they at? South Bend. Jeez, I couldn't think of it. Went into South Bend, beat them. NIU. And it doesn't matter because it happened week 2 and Notre Dame won all the rest of their games. Michigan, 20-point underdogs, goes into the shoe and wins the last week of the season, regular season, and it doesn't matter. They get in on this 12-team playoff, and then, guess what? Michigan woke up Ohio State. They look great now. Both teams didn't play in a conference championship. Both teams played one game less than all these other teams they've been beaten up on. I think it's bullshit. I love the layout. I'm only mad about the fact that both of these teams had a horrible upset. It doesn't mean shit. In the past, Michigan lost to Appalachian State. Guess what? Ruined their season. Obviously, it's a little different. They didn't go 11-1. They went like 8-4. But
what would you think about expanding to 16?
I think expanding to 16 gives you a shot to have some better games. I want better games. I mean, these
men you just eliminate.
They weren't all snooze fests, but the majority were. And the 4-team playoff, I don't think you go back. I think you keep a 12-team. I think we just got unlucky. I think you change your seating. I think you get rid of the whole conference champion auto bid thing. But you can't tell me that Ole Miss being in this wouldn't have been more fun than Boise. Not Boise. Boise's a bad example. I love Boise, but I think Ole Miss would have competed more than say Indiana.
Top 4 conference winners should still get an automatic bid, but they shouldn't get a bye.
Okay, that's fair. Yep, that's fair.
If you want to keep it as the top 5 conference winners still get in, but don't get a bye,
go 16.
That's fine.
Go 16 and let in every conference winner. I want to see some action. I want to see the spread for Toledo versus hot take next year, college football playoff. You ready? Florida.
Honestly,
is that really that hot though? And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, is that really that hot? It's a 5-star quarterback who showed some flashes this year.
I don't know if it's that
and
hot, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. It's not really a hot take. It's probably that is my water's starting to boil take, but I could still touch it and be fine. That's what that take was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch this game. I'll probably actually watch the whole thing. It's the national championship. It's my last college football game. And honestly, if I'm an Ohio State or Notre Dame fan, if Michigan's in this situation, we lost to Ohio State the last week of the year, or we had a really bad upset week 2, you don't give a fuck. You're in the national championship. You can't take that away. It's the same as Michigan's cheating scandal thing. Who gives a fuck? I've got the wardrobe. You see the hat right there. I got all the shirts. It doesn't mean shit. I will say, though, Michigan beat their biggest rival the year that they did it. Ohio State didn't beat your biggest rival in their worst year in the last 10. So, I don't know. Just food for thought. But yeah, I'm rooting for Notre Dame. I'm rooting for Notre Dame, but Ohio State winning won't kill me. It's just forever an argument piece if I'm an Ohio State fan is how does it feel knowing that your best year you still lost to Michigan as a 20-point favorite? I'll have that under my belt forever. So that's very exciting. NFL. Let's start with. We had some snoozers that we can kind of fly through. Not much football for me this weekend, man. I had a bowling tournament on Sunday, so I missed some of those games. Let's start Saturday. I'd take that back. I watched a lot of football on Saturday. I went over to Pops' place for his birthday. We watched Texans-Chargers, snoozer.
It looked
like
McConkey. The Chargers were going to run away with it.
First drive, yes.
Yes.
And then how the Texans looked their first two, yes. And then all of a sudden, C.J. Stroud, something clicked in his head. He woke up, looked awesome. However, me and my dad broke it down. The Texans didn't win this game by 20. Justin Herbert lost this game by 14 with his 2 picks.
Yep.
Because he had no, I take that back. I'm sorry. The Chargers offense, we'll loop them together because Herbert threw the one bad one to McConkey that got returned for a touchdown that was overthrown over his head. But the one to Disley that got returned to the 4, that wasn't on Herbert. It was a great ball.
Mm-hmm.
They put it where only his receiver could get it, and his receiver tipped it up into their hands. They returned it to the 4. So that one wasn't on Herbert. But just miscommunications. Herbert had a bad game. I saw a lot of Herbert's overrated takes.
Herbert needs some fucking receivers.
He needs one more. Ladd McConkey's great.
There is
just
no
needs
reason
a solid second.
that Ladd McConkey should have 14 targets and nobody else has more than 5. Quentin Johnson had 5. He didn't catch a single fucking one.
Quentin Johnson went back to Quentin Johnson can't catch a football. Quentin Johnson. So
yeah, I really don't understand what happened there.
If you can bet on what position the Chargers take receiver. I would almost guarantee they grab a receiver this year.
Depending on what happens in free agency. Well, I guess.
True. They could sign somebody.
Yeah.
But, the Chargers defense kept them in it, even with the Texans looking good. This was tight. It was tight until that pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? So it was 10-6 at half. Houston was up. And then the Chargers got the ball after half, or no? No, the Texans did. But they fumbled.
Yeah.
Chargers caused the fumble. Then they turned it over on downs. Then it was still 13-6. It was 13-6 as the fourth quarter was starting, and then Herbert threw that pick 6. You were in that game, and then the fourth quarter just kind of fell apart from there. Underbettors were probably sick, like yourself. That game should have gone under so easily, and it didn't. But that's that game. Texans look good, but you know what? I'm regretting all my Chiefs losing takes. The Texans kind of got bailed. I mean, Stroud had a good game. He looked good, but it was indoors at home. Mixon had a great game. He can run the football.
I don't trust
regret my take
Joe Mixon at all.
No,
he's been so bad up until this game.
And honestly, you're right. A lot of his yards came garbage time too. Not really garbage time per se. Like they were milking clock. But you could tell the Chargers were checked.
I wish I could see half by half.
A graph of his yards. Yeah. I guarantee you at least half came in the fourth quarter. So second half of the fourth quarter when they were milking. Because it was just 10-yard run, 10-yard run.
7 yards, 2 yards, 6 yards, 2 yards. This is all on one.
You're already at 24.
10 yards.
You're already at 24. There's 34. This is in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
It's 35.
8 yards, 17
now,
yards.
wait right there. Wait right there. You're at 60. What time was that 17er at?
3:42 left in the fourth.
There you go. There's 60 yards in 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Oh, or were you counting down from the fourth quarter start?
No, that was all one drive. Their second to last drive.
Okay. So I take back my Mixon take. There's 60 yards on the last drive.
That drive started with 10 minutes and 33 seconds left in the fourth, ended with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left, and they just ran Mixon the entire
So not necessarily garbage time, but that the Chargers were probably
kind
checked.
of.
I mean, game's over. So
yeah.
And then we wrapped up the night with a real snooze fest. Ravens over the Steelers 28-14. This one it was 21-0 at half. And then the Ravens kind of just put on their autopilot, like we're not going to lose the game mode. Just give the ball to Derrick Henry. If he can't do anything, Lamar will hit him on the read and go.
Question, why the fuck was there a wild card game on Prime?
Money.
That made no sense to me whatsoever.
That's it. So I was glad I was at my parents' because they have Prime, and then by the time I got home, it was like, this game's over. So
yeah, we went out, and like the place that we went to, the house that we went to before we actually went out had it on for a little bit, but I was like, this is... So.
Yeah, the Steelers made it interesting. It was 21-0 at half, and then at one point it was 28-14 was the best the Steelers could do. But they did get the ball back. They made the Ravens punt. So then right there, it's like, okay, we drive down. We're down 7. They punted. Ravens punted. Steelers went for it on downs. Didn't get it. Baltimore ran
Like
out the clock.
Russ had a very good game. Like he looked good.
He did. First half, he didn't.
They just couldn't.
Second
run.
half, Russ, he was cooking. He was cooking second half, but not first half.
The Steelers could not run the ball.
Yep.
Also, they weren't. They didn't really. They weren't in position to run it. It was 21-0 by half. So.
Right. Broncos Bills. Snooze fest of the entire weekend. Actually, you know what? Not snooze. Well, of the weekend, yes. I take that back. Snooze fest of the weekend. Broncos went up 7-0 early while I was sitting at the bowling alley. I was like, ooh, Bills on upset alert? No. Negative. They didn't do anything after that. Literally didn't score again. Bills 31-7. I got nothing on this game. I didn't watch it. I take that back. I was watching it at the alley, but it was only like a quarter, and it was just blowout city, so I was sweating out the Michigan game. But
yeah, I didn't watch much of it. I thought for sure after the first drive it was going to be tight, back and forth, high scoring. It was kind of one of those things, I guess, as far as the high scoring, I guess.
not really high scoring. Didn't even hit the over.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure the backups played later in the game for like a decent chunk of the fourth quarter.
James Cook, I'm pretty sure James Cook didn't play the fourth quarter.
Trubisky came in for a little bit. He might have just came in.
Oh, James Cook did play in the fourth quarter. I take it back. Just the last drive, yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, Bills look good.
Bills are good. Yep, Broncos bad. Now the game you've all been waiting for: Packers Eagles. Eagles win 22-10. I did watch this game. Why can't I remember any of these games? I'm scatterbrained. I'll let you take it over, though. It's your team. Go ahead.
We were dead from the opening kickoff. Keyshawn Nixon fumbles the opening kick, which I have some gripes about. It was a bullshit call. Nixon clearly recovered it in the overhead view, and apparently that wasn't good enough. Also, it was very clearly head-to-head contact straight into the face mask, so I'm a little confused where that call was. Then obviously they scored right away. It was a quick 28-yard drive in like a minute, and yeah, the Packers just got fucking killed. Injuries were bad. First half we couldn't move the ball. Love didn't play great. I mean, it's hard to do anything when you are down your top three receivers, your best offensive lineman, and then you lose your second, or well, I guess your center, so a big key piece in your line, and then you lose one of your best defensive pass rushers, which also hurts. So injuries killed us, but I don't think we would have stood a chance even if we were healthy. Play calling was bad.
I will say,
I don't know.
I was about to shit talk you for making excuses, with the helmet to helmet, the injuries thing. But then I'm looking at this game, and I'm like, okay, 22-10. I'm like, yeah, I guess if you didn't get so injured, you probably would have been in this more.
Well,
and
like
an opening kickoff is a big deal when you only lose by 12 and you were down 7 from the jump. If you did, and let me take this back. If you did truly recover, I haven't seen that play. That's what it was. I was driving home, missed that one.
You should go look for it.
However, we cannot. I will try while we're talking. I'll let you talk again, but we cannot sit here and not also put the majority of the blame on Jordan Love. 20 for 33, 212 with 3 picks. Not a good game. The Darius Slay one, I have rewatched and watched and watched. It was a terrible throw. He underthrew him by a shitload. You said, it was a lucky play. No, it wasn't. I think it was in the moment. You were obviously, I know how that feels. You're in the moment. Your team loses or is going to lose. You defended them. But that play was not a fluky pick. It was a terrible throw.
I don't think it was terrible, but
yep, an unbiased fan knows it was terrible. I'll tell you who was actually bad in that game. Jalen Hurts. He didn't really need to be good, but he was.
That's the thing. Is like our defense didn't play bad. Nixon fumble. Yeah.
See if I can find. Yep. Go ahead. I'm just.
I will say, looking forward to the offseason, I hope that. Honestly, the first thing I want to do is get somebody to call plays other than Matt LaFleur. Now, people are calling for LaFleur's job. I don't think that's the right thing. I still think he's a very good coach. people are calling for his job after we just went 11-6. Like, he's not a bad coach. We're the second youngest team in the NFL. We don't have any leaders yet. But yeah, I'd like to hire somebody to call the plays and let LaFleur kind of take a step back there. And then get some leaders. Go get somebody like T. Higgins. Go get, I don't want to say it, but go get fucking Devontae Adams. Bring him back. We need some leaders. We need some veterans. Somebody that can step up and lead this fucking team, because we need all the help we can get when it comes to veteran leadership right now. So also our QB coach, I believe it was, retired today. So that might be a good thing. Maybe that's the reason that Love keeps throwing off his back foot on every single fucking play, which is getting very annoying at this point.
That QB coach gave you Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love before the end of the season. He gave you Jordan Love during Toyotathon.
Well, he was also around for Favre, so that says how long he's been around. That's why I'm like, it might be a good thing that we're moving on.
I got a couple takes. I got a couple takes about this play here. Okay, are you ready for them?
I'm listening.
The hit, not illegal. Nixon initiated by lowering his head as well, and I have heard/read in Twitter posts when I'm looking for my own team when it happens. If the runner lowers his head as well, it's honestly, they can call it on the runner. I don't think it was enough there to call it, but he lowered the other guy's square. He's low, but he's square, head up. So that's a good no call there. However, you got a clear recovery up top, and then the Eagles players just pile on top. There's way more Eagles
what I'm
players
saying.
than Packers,
that was bull-
and you can
was...
tell it got shifted over. So if the rule is truly like, yeah, you see a clear recovery. I know it moves. I'm watching it right now. It moves right here a little, but then now you really see he's got it on his dick. Like, that's a recovery.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to follow that up with it would have been 1st and 10 from your what? 3?
No.
4? Or was that
no?
Recovered?
That was out of like
the here.
20.
Let's see. To Green Bay 27. Okay, never mind. I take it back. Well, how did? Oh yeah. Okay, I take it back. The comments, I was reading through the comments too, just kind of see what people thought. I hate that it always pulls up Packers fans first. I don't know why, but I found a couple neutrals and they all kind of agreed. Like, damn, that's a recovery. The Packers fans are going with, the NFL wants the Eagles to win. They're going to do whatever it takes. That's not true. You're telling me the NFL wants the Eagles to win over Packers Lions for the 3rd time? Think about the ratings.
Yeah, no,
they wanted the Packers to win that game.
I was not in that camp.
No, but I'm going to give it to you. That's a Packers recovery, but I'm not going to give you the illegal hit.
Have we seen anything regarding Jaden Reed yet? I'd like to know what his injury was, because I'm very afraid that he broke his arm, which, granted, it's the offseason.
Broken arm's no big deal now.
Yeah, kill yourself.
Anzalone came back. Whoa, brother. I have been very dislocated shoulder. I have been very good to you during this segment. All right. I even gave you damn, they got the wrong call there, and it probably would have changed the game. However, it's not like the Eagles won by, 21, and if we get that 7 back, momentum's different. No, it's literally, we were still in this game. Our defense played their ass off. Our quarterback just had a shitter of a game.
Yeah.
I wonder what Twitter's saying about Jordan Love. What's Twitter saying about my boy Jay Love?
Probably not good things.
I don't think so, but I'm very curious.
I cannot believe the amount of people that have been like, maybe it's time for fucking Malik Willis to take over. And I'm like, absolutely not. First off,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. Absolutely insane.
Everything I'm seeing on Twitter is everybody laughing at Darnold's performance, forgetting about Jordan Love, and then it's like it's a Packers fan. It's just a guy that's like, yay. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have a good game. Not as bad as Sam Darnold. I'm gonna give you that. Not as bad as Sam Darnold.
But I mean, like the 4th down where we threw it to, I don't remember who it was. If it was Bo Melton and he caught it out of bounds. If we have any of our top 3 guys, that's a catch.
That's fair. I gotta get off Twitter. I'm
I
not
was
paying
going to say,
attention.
what are you finding?
Just hilarious Jordan Love memes I'm gonna have to get back to later. It was like, how ass is Jordan Love, and it was about the biggest, fakest ass I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, no, I'm gonna give that to you. You know, if your receivers though, first of all, aren't that great in anyways. Like Jaden Reed, pretty good, but Christian Watson, not exactly an all-star guy.
It's the fact that he was dependable enough to open up the field, and he was better this year. I will give him that.
Jordan Love stats.
And just we didn't have a deep threat without Watson, and then Dobbs got hurt. I think we may have seen the last of Watson and Dobbs as a Packer.
Jordan Love, pretty shitter of a year if you look at it. He needs receivers. His best game was Minnesota week 2. He went crazy. That was when they had that big comeback. They also let him rip it 54 times. But
yep.
He needs receivers, man, because look at this. 212, 69 against the Bears. We won't count that. But 185 against Minnesota, 182 against New Orleans, 229 against Seattle, 206 against Detroit. And the Detroit game, that was a throw game. Our defense was banged up.
Yep.
He needs receivers. You need a receiver. You need one more stud. You get Watson back, hopefully Jaden Reed, Watson, and a stud, a rookie coming in, or go sign somebody, and you're going to be dangerous.
So
but as of right now, you got a quarterback that's got nobody to throw to. I mean, you got to look at these teams.
I don't know if it's...
Look at the teams left. Who's left? Hang on. Real quick before you go. Real quick. Hang on. Real fast. So fast. So fast you're never going to know what happened. Texans, Nico Collins. At least one, right? Chiefs, don't have one. They're about to get bounced. Commanders, Terry McLaurin. Lions, Amon-Ra. Rams, Puka and Cooper Kupp, who apparently banged Matthew Stafford's wife, and that's why he doesn't throw to him anymore. We'll get to that later. Eagles, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Ravens, nobody last week but Derrick Henry, and then Zay Flowers when he gets back is very good. And then the Bills, nobody but Josh Allen. These teams that are left have a great receiver. I mean, that's 4 out of the 6.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I have seen rumors that the Packers are, this is kind of common sense. Packers are looking to pursue T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's exactly so is
everybody,
what you need.
But
that's exactly what you need.
We're never in those talks.
You need that. Like, look at your really, really good teams in your lifetime, right? Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Brett Favre. Help me here. Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson. Like, that stud receiver. You don't have. Christian Watson is not a stud. Jaden Reed, not a stud. Both pretty good receivers, but are better suited as a 2 or a 3.
Reed could be, but we just didn't. The end of the year, we just didn't get him involved at all, and it was so frustrating. And Josh Jacobs came out and said, they asked him like what he's expecting for the offseason. He said, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get some guys in here. You
need some guys.
You have a big name like that now who hopefully steps up, brings in some guys. Josh Jacobs is fucking awesome. I do not regret
very good. Huge
letting
upgrade.
Aaron Jones go.
Huge upgrade.
At all.
Huge upgrade. And then your offensive line, I feel like, is good. You just need a receiver. And, Tucker Kraft, great tight end. You need a receiver.
I did make some bold statements that we needed an O-line overhaul. We didn't. Our O-line's actually very good. They just got very injured late in the year. So
Yep. All right, we got to move though. Any final thoughts?
No, just go get a wide receiver and go get a new play caller.
Yep. Okay. Commanders Bucks. This game was awesome. This game I watched the majority of. I also almost hit a pretty cool parlay. I actually ended up hedging, and it worked because I needed McLaurin to finish with 93 yards. He finished with 89, but I did hedge at under 94.5, so I hit. But, back and forth game, really. It was, it was Tampa's up, Washington's up, Tampa's up, Washington's up. And then it was tie game, and Washington drove down, and they won on a doink too, didn't they?
Yeah, doinked it in.
We had 2 doinks this weekend?
One was college.
Notre Dame was Thursday and doesn't really count. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as time expired, doink. I felt really bad for Baker and Mike Evans. Mike Evans at the end of the game kind of kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Baker looked sad, but he's Baker, so you don't see a ton.
Yeah.
But Mike Evans, when it hit the post and went in, you could see it was a, why me? What was that? You just rip ass?
No.
What was that?
I was outside.
That was lightning? Thunder? Oh, that was gunshots? Oh, shit. It sounded like almost like a distant thunder.
Yeah, no.
Dude, that was down on your corner. Yeah, get down.
I'm just looking out the window. I don't have blinds open. That's like the second time I've heard it today.
Down.
Jesus Christ.
What was I saying?
Wait
Oh,
to
you
get
could
out
tell
of this
Mike
fucking
Evans.
city.
You could tell Mike Evans was, why me? He worked his ass off probably to come back, get his 1,000 yards, all for that. But yeah, cool to see the Commanders do good or well after so many years of shit. But I hate that we got to fuck them this week. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, this was probably game of the weekend, really. Back and forth, some good offense, low scoring still, 23-20. That's like average. You say about average, 43-45 for the NFL. So yeah, fun game. But honestly, I just realized I fell asleep and didn't watch it. So I fell asleep.
Figures.
After the Terry touchdown, I went to bed. That's what it was.
I have to hop on a new team for the playoffs.
I mean, I think there's one easy answer here.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry. There's two. There's one easy, and then there's one, I'm going to be a good person.
So I'm hopping on the Commanders bandwagon.
Oh, that's an interesting choice. That wasn't either of my options. I mean,
no, if I had to pick one,
it's worst team available, right? Would you take the Commanders or the Rams? I'd want the Rams. Stafford experience, won it all once.
Neither. I'd take the Bills.
Both defenses are bad. That was my no-brainer. And then I'm going to be a good person is the Lions because, your best friend sitting right here, Lions fan, chance to do something they've never done in my entire life or ever.
Nope.
Actually,
I'd rather a meteor hit the earth and take me out before I
was going to ask
choose the Lions as my team.
If you were on that level or if you were still like, man, I really hope it happens for Jake so he experiences what I have before.
Nope.
Okay. That's
one bit of my soul wants the Lions to win.
Just know that I want to throw this out there now. I've been thinking about it. Actually, I'll save it for when we preview. We're going to preview a little bit. Nothing crazy. Anything else on Commanders Bucks?
Nope. Go Commies.
Vikings Rams. This game happened. The Rams won 27-9. This was an actual snooze fest. Sam Darnold went back to Jets. Sam Darnold, a pumpkin, I believe I've said on here in the past. The Lions destroyed him. I legit. This isn't even me hyping up the Lions. I legitimately think we destroyed his confidence last week, and he went out there. He looked like the least.
You should have known the Vikings were going to lose this week.
I should have. He was holding the ball so long during the game, and honestly, though, watching the game, there was so many Vikings fans.
Didn't watch a lick of it. Not gonna lie.
I watched about the first half, and it was just Sam Darnold was holding the ball so long, getting sacked, threw some bad balls. But also, the Vikings receivers were not getting open for him. They showed a couple overheads watching the coverage. I don't know what it is, but they were getting locked up just like Detroit did. So,
do you think Vikings fans are happy that this happened in the first round versus like say in the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship, and then they're like, are we sure Darnold's the guy?
I think this made the decision easy for you of Darnold is not the future.
Yeah.
This was a fluky year, which he had a great year.
I still think he's going to get paid by somebody.
He'll get paid by somebody. They're,
the Giants.
The Titans have the first pick, so they won't, but like Giants, or especially with how bad the draft class coming in is now. He's going to be wanted for a year or two.
That's what I'm saying. I still think he's going to get fucking paid this year.
Yep. I don't know about fucking paid. I think he lost himself about 50, 60 mil easy. But
I think he's going to get like a 3-year. What's the max AAV right now?
What words are you saying? AAV?
Yeah, the average annual value.
Yeah.
I think he probably gets somewhere in the 10 to 12 a year range.
Yeah,
3 for
for 2
36.
years. Yeah, I could see that. I don't know
Like
if he's got 3 in him, though.
that's not a bad contract.
I mean, how old is the dude?
I don't know. Let's look. Rams, Vikings, box score. All right. Sam Darnold, how old are you? He's 27.
27. God, I almost beat you, and you click slow. So, yeah, 3 years.
My
3 years,
computer's
36.
slow,
Get
you
him till
know.
he's 30. Yeah. But, yeah, that game happened.
What's
Yeah,
his
but, yeah, I
contract
think for
this
sure the
year?
Vikings fans are happy that this happened now, because if it was conference championship, then you're kind of left with a, man, you know, he got
Dude,
us to the conference championship.
Have you
divisional
seen the
even.
free agents that the Vikings have? They might
No.
be fucked. Let me see if I can find Schefter's tweet about it.
Well, Jefferson's not. He's
No.
Addison. Aaron Jones isn't. Hawkinson might be.
One sec. Adam
Can find this fast.
You're not going to. Fuck, you are, because I can't type.
Sam Darnold, Cam Robinson, left tackle, Harrison Smith, Byron Murphy, Stephon Gilmore, Aaron Jones, Shaquille Griffin, who I don't think plays, Jerry Tillery, I also don't think plays. Brandon Powell, he gets out there every once in a while. Nick Mullins, that's a big loss. Man, their whole entire offensive line is a free agent.
You forgot the biggest piece.
Cam Akers.
There you go.
What? Cam Akers? Yeah, they don't have a running back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is a lot. However, they're gonna have 71 million cap.
I'm going to look up what Sam Darnold's
That's right in the middle.
Contract is right now, so I can guesstimate what his next
pennies. He was supposed to be a backup.
It's 1 year, 10 mil.
I mean, that is pennies.
So he's getting 12, at least.
So divisional round preview. We've talked about pretty much everything. Ravens Bills is gonna be a great game. I don't know how the Ravens are favored, and I'm taking the Bills. That Bills defense, man, they're scary.
That was your NFC championship. Or AFC championship.
What's that? Oh, Ravens.
At first
Bills?
you wanted Ravens Bills, but I told you it wasn't possible.
But then we figured out we couldn't. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lions Commanders. Lions by at least 10, without a doubt. I mean,
go Commies.
Jaden Daniels' legs scare me. However, we played Josh Allen, who's got legs. We played I guess Caleb Williams has legs. However, he wasn't really using them. Who else have we played that moves around?
No one.
I don't know if we've really played a mobile quarterback. Shit. Like a really, really mobile like that.
And that's where
Kyler Murray, we shut him down. We shut him down in the past. But I feel like we limited Josh Allen, okay, but it's also Josh Allen. I'm way more afraid of his arm than Jaden Daniels. But
yeah,
it's one of those things, too, where I feel like, look at the Bills game, right? Our defense couldn't stop anything. We still kept it really close. And I think we put up a lot more points on the Commander. Like, their defense is really not good. So
yeah, their defense is
look forward to it. Saturday at 8-2, I get to watch the whole thing and not be tired. That's great. Sunday night. Oh, they play at 6:30 on Sunday. That's awesome. I get to watch the game. Let's go. Why do the Lions got to play at 8 on Saturday? Texans got 4:30 on Saturday again. I just realized.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. That's their spot.
So let's real quick go through games, give picks. We won't write them down. Nothing important. So Texans, Chiefs. I'm going to rock with the Texans.
Chiefs.
Okay. Commanders, Lions. You know I'm taking the Lions.
Commanders.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Gun to your head, and hey,
Lions.
If they lose, you're getting shot in the head. Okay, I figured.
Yeah.
So that's fine. You can pick whoever. I just wanted to make sure that you're not that delusional. So
yeah. I might put money on the plus
fucking
9.5 though.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like, man, playoff game.
Or
If
10,
if this was Commanders Eagles, it'd probably be a similar spread, and I'd probably be like, man, Commanders at 9. You know, it's just the bias that I have in my brain where I'm like, we're gonna beat them by 20. I hope it's not close. I can't handle a close one yet. I need a blowout, and then conference championship. I'll put balls on the line. I don't care if that one comes down to a field goal. I'll make it through. I need a breezy win though, so I can have supreme confidence. I mean, dude, we're getting Monty back. There's 2 other guys we're looking at getting back. Anzalone's back, now rested up. I just hope we don't start slow. You cannot start slow. We can't go down 14-0 like we do against the Vikings or 10-0 because I don't know how easily you'll come back from that. Probably pretty easy anyways. We're a second quarter team, but just I'm going to throw this out there now. The Lions might be down going into the second quarter. Don't panic, Detroit. It's okay. We're going to be rusty. We're going to come back second quarter firing, though. We're a second quarter team. We have been for the last 2 years. It's a Dan Cable thing.
Yeah, I thought the Packers
Rams,
were a
Eagles.
second half team too.
Second half team, yeah. Well, they fucked it up, though, by having a first half game against whoever that was. So, Rams, Eagles. True. I know that I have the Rams in my long shots, but I'm going to take the Eagles.
I'm actually going to take I want to take the Eagles, but I'm very worried about Nakobe Dean. He got put on the IR.
That is true.
Big piece.
It's a big loss. Yep.
Just for the fun of it, I'll take the Rams. I'll be the opposite.
So you have taken the opposite of me every single game.
Yep.
So, well, you took a favorite though. You took the Chiefs, but Ravens Bills. This is an actual toss up.
I'm going opposite, whatever you say. So,
I figured. I'm gonna go Bills.
Oh, thank God! I wanted to take the Ravens. So,
okay, I think the Bills win this game. I think
it depends. Actually, it depends
the Ravens. I was watching.
Right,
I was watching that game. And I'm like, man, the Ravens are scoring at will. They're running all over them. The Bills are going to have an adjustment for that, and they're also going to put up more points than the Steelers did. So I think it's going to be a quick shock. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I think the Bills hit quick early, and the Ravens are like, whoa. I think the Bills go up like 10-7, say, and then from there it's back and forth. Final score, Bills 35, Ravens 31.
I'm taking back my take about the Lions Commanders being game of the week. It's Bills Ravens, 100%.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, for sure. I think that about does it. Right on the dot. Look at that, 1 hour. Man, next week it's going to be even quicker. Football's wrapping up. It's time to get sad. It's time to just apparently
I can't wait to have a
away.
Super Bowl preview and just talk about all the dumb bets we're taking.
That's my favorite thing. Dude, I'm going to be able to load up this year, too. Just got that raise.
National Anthem. Over.
Be throwing $250 on the over in the national anthem. No. Can you imagine? I would never, obviously, for anybody listening that's going to now text me and check in on me, like, please don't do that. I would never put that amount of money on something as stupid as the national anthem. I'd probably put it on something like Gatorade color. But
also, the fact that we have Kendrick as a halftime show, I'm going to get
imagine how electric. Somebody give me a line to bet on Drake coming out with Kendrick at the halftime show. It's all Illuminati. Drake's going to come out. They're going to squash the beef on the stage. It's over. However, what was I saying? Oh, imagine how electric it would be to have $250 on the over in the national anthem and that shit hit. And it wasn't close either where it's like, oh, I think it was this. And then you look and it actually lost somehow because Bovada's scammers. Imagine it like it's say it's at 157. One sec. Say it's at 157 and it goes like 220 and you're just celebrating. And then but then also imagine you've got 2 minutes and it goes a minute 10 because they're rushing. And then then you're just pissed off the rest of the Super Bowl. So that's when you have to live bet on a team and just make your $250 back.
Real quick, I just
$500 budget, $250 on the over. If it goes under, I'm putting $250 on somebody to win it, get my money back.
So
whoever's plus.
Real quick, I'm going to tell you who's singing it and read this little paragraph quick. You tell me what you expect the line to be set at and whether it's going over or under that number. So John Baptiste is singing the national anthem. Baptiste, a native of New Orleans, is a 5-time Grammy Award winner. His recent release, Beethoven Blues, blends classical music with blues elements. Known for his soulful voice and engaging performance, Baptiste will bring a special touch to the anthem.
I got it. Ready? We're going to leave our anthem predictions. Is it already out, the line, or no?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to say it's going to be a high number because that screams slow to me.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go. I remember last year's was what? It was like 211 or something.
Just something like that.
So I'm going to say it's going to be 253, and I'm still taking the over.
That's insane. No. Not a chance.
What are you saying? Well, here's the thing. You're more degenerate than I am. You're more degenerate. No, dude, it was like 211 last year.
It's going to be like 215. And I'm taking the over.
Are you taking the over?
Yeah.
You taking the over?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at 253 because that's on me. However, I don't remember numbers like that. However, if it's 253, I'm your guy.
Fun props on Bovada right now.
We'll talk eventually. Let's not do
No, it's not
here,
Super Bowl stuff. It's off-season stuff. But
all right, let's wrap this. Thanks for listening. Everybody have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, door some Tuddies, and go Lions.
Go Commanders.
Go Lions, guys.